Podium finishers of the Grand Prix of Europe. Third for Scuderia Ferrari Marlboro, Felipe Massa. Second for Mile 7 Renault, Fernando Alonso. And winning second Grand Prix in succession for Scuderia Ferrari Marlboro, Michael Schumacher. Michael, absolutely brilliant in and out laps going to that second pit stop. But before we get on to that, let's just talk about that early phase of the race, trailing Fernando as you were.
Well, it's no surprise that this was difficult because we were driving pretty competitively and as quick both we could. Bit more difficult when you drive behind in a slipstream with the wind condition today, made it a bit tricky in certain areas. But in the end of the day, on the tyre side, on the car side, on engine side and fuel and everything, it was just superb.
Well, it was superb. Two great in-laps, fastest lap of the race, and then a fantastic out-lap as well to take the lead at that second pit stop.
Yeah, well, the out-lap was not really that important. It was just getting out the pit lane in front. I almost thought we could do it at the first pit stop, but then I pushed a bit too hard in turn 6 and almost lost it. And that was probably the reason I had to spend more time until the last pit stop, which was interesting because it was varying quite a bit in certain parts of the race where Fernando initially seemed a bit slower, then suddenly I seemed to be a bit slower. Then I was able to pick it up again, and in the end, just before the pit stop, naturally, he was pushing very hard, but we could match this sort of pace, luckily.
And great strategy. You didn't seem too happy after qualifying yesterday, but it's all panned out perfectly as it's turned out.
Yeah, I mean, we obviously, as you see, choose to stay out this extra lap, which honestly doesn't give you 2 tenths. I mean, Fernando was 2 tenths quicker, and the reason of that was that I didn't get in a perfect lap. He obviously did, and that's where you go. But because I felt we had a good strategy, I sort of felt good about it, and I knew we had the race pace. So somehow, because on new tyres you can go quick, or if in case we were going longer, we had both options in my way, and they worked out.
Fantastic win for you. Fernando, great second place for you too, 8 valuable points. Talk us through the race from your point of view.
Yeah, it was quite interesting race. Starting from pole position, I was controlling a little bit the pace, and I knew that I was probably earlier than Michael, so we had ready new tires for the first pit stop. It works okay. I came in front of Michael again, but the second pit stop we were maybe 3 or 4 laps earlier, and that was too much. And I think when there were no traffic in all the race, nothing that sometimes helped me when you are leading the race. And second place, I think, is a fantastic result for us here. I think we were a little bit down compared to Ferrari performance this weekend. Also, I think tires were not perfectly okay working this weekend. So, even with everything to get the 8 points means that when we have everything okay, we should win again.
How was that third stint for you once Michael had got the lead? How hard did you try and push him for a couple of laps?
I tried 2 or 3 laps, and we were in similar lap times. So from there, we just turned the revs down, and this engine has to race next week in Barcelona. So we need to be in the podium always.
So you had Felipe well under control in the closing stages?
Yeah, more or less, yes. Maybe too close at the end, but it was controlling.
Well done to you. Felipe, turning to you, great drive for you. A lot of pressure on Fernando in those closing stages, and equally on you from Kimi Räikkönen.
Yeah, I mean, I'm really happy. I mean, it was a great result for us, and especially my first podium. The race, I was quite strong, especially in the beginning. I have the feeling that me and Michael was quite pushing Fernando, and then suddenly he got the pace. But my car was quite consistent all the race, and the tires was working very well. Just in the last stint, I had scrub tires, and it was not working fantastic. But anyway, I think it was a great result, helping a lot the team for the championship, and especially put me and Michael on the fight, which in the first 3 races was not the case. So hopefully now we get the way to fight with them every race.
Well, it was a great team performance, and you made a great start too from P3 on the grid. Michael alongside you going into the first corner.
Yeah, sure. I had a very, very good start. I could manage to put my car on the side by side to Michael, but he was inside for the first corner. So, but anyway, I think it was really a great start, and the whole race, everything was perfect. The strategy, the management of the race, and everything was very good.
Turning to you finally, Michael. A great result, 2 wins in a row. Next race, next weekend, Spanish Grand Prix at Barcelona, and the guy on your right usually goes pretty well there.
Yeah, I mean, it's not a surprise that we should expect Renault up to the front. Neither should be a surprise to see us up at front, and the better one will win.
We look forward to it. Now, if we could have some words from you in your own language, starting with Michael in German.
Ja, das ist sicherlich hier beim Heim Grand Prix natürlich ein schönes Gefühl. Das ist schon längere Zeit nicht mehr vorhanden gewesen, also zumindest im letzten Jahr, dass wir hier gewinnen konnten. Gestern waren wir noch ein bisschen verhalten, wobei wir optimistisch waren, dass wir die bessere Strategie haben sollten. Das hat sich heute bewahrheitet und insofern können wir natürlich alle sehr glücklich sein mit dem Resultat. Weitere 2 Punkte, leider Gottes nur 2 Punkte, in Anführungsstrichen, die wir aufholen konnten in puncto Meisterschaft. Klasse für Felipe, der das erste Mal das Podium erreicht hat, also für Ferrari ein sehr gutes Resultat, auf das wir natürlich aufbauen können und hoffen für die nächsten Rennen auch weiterhin so zuverlässig schnell zu sein, wie wir das bis jetzt getan haben. Ich hoffe, ihr habt alle Spaß gehabt und freue mich dann aufs nächste Rennen, euch wiederzusehen und eure Unterstützung wieder zu haben. Danke.
Thank you. Fernando in Spanish.
Bueno, estoy muy contento de cómo ha ido la carrera. Los Ferrari iban muy fuertes todo el fin de semana. En Imola pudimos luchar con ellos, pero aquí no había lugar a la lucha. Yo creo que era cuestión de tiempo que nos adelantaran en la primera parada o en la segunda, como así fue al final, y bueno, poder meterme entre los dos, acabar segundo ha sido una buena sorpresa positiva. Para mí es un día importante hoy y yo creo que la segunda posición es una buena manera de celebrarlo.
Thank you, Fernando. Felipe in Portuguese.
Bom, acho que foi com certeza um resultado fantástico para mim, primeiro pódio da carreira. Acho que com certeza estou muito feliz. Junto com a equipe inteira, a gente conseguiu fazer um excelente resultado, acabando em primeiro e terceiro. Acho que para o campeonato é muito bom, para o Michael, para mim, acho que para a equipe inteira é um resultado fantástico e põe a gente na luta pela briga com a Renault. Acho que agora tomara que a gente consiga seguir essa direção e brigar corrida por corrida com eles e tentar dar o troco no campeonato, mas acho que foi um grande dia para mim, estou muito satisfeito, contente, espero continuar nesse ritmo.